Welcome to Rams Stadium, where we have the 4-1 Shepherd Rams versus the 2-3 West Virginia Wesleyan Bobcats. My name is Isaac Dyer. I'm here with broadcast partner Jerome Presley. Jerome, Coach Cater has this team rolling. They won their last 4 straight games in dominating fashion and almost shutting down teams' offenses. On the other side of the field, West Virginia Wesleyan's coach Jonas Jackson's team has lost their first 3 games, but they won 2 straight with an explosive offense and a pretty good defense. And on offense, we thought they were going to be led by a son of an NFL legend, but we were mistaken.
Well, it's Nate Montana, the son of legend and Hall of Famer Joe Montana, will not be playing today. He had a very good game last week, throwing for over 341 yards, 3 touchdowns, where that productivity is gone. In comes Mr. Musselman, the backup quarterback that's going to have to take on the duties here. His first name is Jeremy, going to have to take on the duties here at quarterback. Hasn't gotten a lot of snaps and game time action, but he had a good week of practice, and I think the coaches are very, very confident in what he can do. Free safety on the defensive side of the ball, free safety John Maddox will be called upon to anchor the back of that secondary. He had 14 tackles last week, and that's a lot of tackles for a free safety to have. That means you're getting a lot of action in the secondary, and they're going to want to cut that down a little bit. On Shepherd's side of the ball, DeAndre Johnson is one of 3 very good, very talented, very athletic linebackers that Shepherd has. He had a very good game last week. He's going to be counted on to really do it again this week. And then Robert Haynes on that defensive front anchors a very good defensive line at defensive tackle, very good against the run, gets pressure up the middle in the quarterback's faces, and that'll be good against a young quarterback today, seeing big Robert Haynes coming at you at number 99. So it should be a good game with all these talented players all over the field.
If you watch our broadcast at any time this season, you know that we always go with Jerome Presley's keys to the game, which is usually my favorite type of the time in the game, a pregame. But we're going to have to go with Jerome Presley's keys after this break.
Mother Nature can be a tad unpredictable. That kind of disposition doesn't sit well with a train. Its forecast is as rock solid as solid rock. Nothing but perfect temps house-wide.
McCrae Heating and Air Conditioning has been serving your community for 75 years, and we're celebrating with amazing rebates and a 10-year parts and labor warranty free. Now that's peace of mind. These deals are available for a limited time only, so call today. Comfort you can believe in, no matter the season. That's the McCrae way.
It's hard to stop a train.
You're making this look too easy. Sinking into a seat that rivals your living room sofa, letting the power steering do the work for you. No, most people don't enjoy mowing this much. But here, you're among friends. Experience the John Deere Select Series X310. One test drive is all it takes.
Stop by our dealership for special offers taking place for a limited time. Get great deals and service on legendary John Deere equipment.
So you're looking to buy a new car, and you start to ask yourself the important questions. Who, what, where, why? You might be thinking, aren't all dealers the same? And that's where you'd be interested in knowing that Apple Valley Chevy Toyota has been your reputable hometown dealer for over 50 years. With great service, great selection, and great value, giving you the best car buying experience has always been our commitment to you. Plus, our certified automotive technicians get your vehicle serviced right the first time, every time. For all those reasons and more, see why Apple Valley Chevy Toyota is different from the rest.
Dealerships that lead the market bring their new car trades to Mason-Dixon Auto Auction in Greencastle, Pennsylvania. When these top dealers are overstocked with new car trades, they sacrifice them at Mason-Dixon Public Auto Auction, where you can come, bid, and buy a tremendous savings every Tuesday at 5:30 p.m. The 2006 Hummer selling for over $6,300 below book value, or the sleek 2005 Pontiac Sunfire sold at a savings of $4,380. Mason-Dixon Auto Auction, exit 3 off I-81 in Greencastle, Pennsylvania.
Don't throw your money away. Come to Mayhew Chevrolet, Sunrise Summit in Romney, or on the web at mayhewcars.com.
Hi, I'm Kimberly Mayhew. At Mayhew Chevrolet, we are a family business where we remember you by your name and not a number. Come to Mayu Chevrolet. We will take care of you.
In these days of identity theft and fraud, along with tougher enforcement of HIPAA and FACTA, it's more important than ever to protect your client's personal information. Outsourcing your document and media destruction allows your employees to be more productive in their core responsibilities, saving on labor and ensuring stricter compliance with privacy laws. RMS can handle all your shredding needs. RMS not only provides on-site document shredding, but can also handle the destruction of hard drives and other electronic media on-site with no chance of recovery of any data from those disks. In addition, 100% of shredding paper and electronics is recycled. Call us today. See what RMS can do for you.
Back here at Ram Stadium, it's Isaac Dyer here with Jerome Presley and my favorite part of the broadcast, the pregame, the keys to the game.
Yeah, and I think for West Virginia Wesleyan, and it all starts, and we can say this is a key for every team that plays against Shepherd, is your offensive line play. Shepherd gets a lot of pressure on the quarterback, and they can do it from every angle. So your offensive line must play sound, must hold their blocks, and definitely in the running game, they're going to want to be a factor in the running game. The other key to the game is going to be turn this into a shootout as much as possible. West Virginia Wesleyan can put up points, and you want to do that against Shepherd. The more points you put up, you hope that you'll be able to outscore a Shepherd team that can score a lot. So you want to try to get into a shootout. For Shepherd, it's pretty easy. They're going to want to come in. It's homecoming weekend, and they have to be able to deal with those distractions of homecoming weekend. But they also want to avenge the loss from last year. Shepherd, this is one of those losses that they want back. Last week we saw them avenge a loss. They're going to do it this week. They want to do it this week as well. And then, again, we go back to the homecoming situation. Sometimes homecoming can be difficult because you have the distraction portion of it, but then you also have the 12-man possibility of it. So Coach Cater always seems to have his team ready regardless. So I would lean to the 12th man possibility for this Shepherd team with the keys.
It's a beautiful fall day. It's homecoming weekend, like you said. It's gorgeous out here. It's going to be West Virginia Wesleyan versus the Shepherd Rams when we come back right after this.
Know why Ford buyers all over America are so jealous of Ford buyers in West Virginia? America's Ford legend, Parsons Ford, legendary Parsons Ford, the lowest Ford sale prices in America, guaranteed or more than your money back.
Mother Nature can be a tad unpredictable. That kind of disposition doesn't sit well with a train. Its forecast is as rock solid as solid rock. Nothing but perfect temps house-wide.
McCrae Heating and Air Conditioning has been serving your community for 75 years, and we're celebrating with amazing rebates and a 10-year parts and labor warranty free. Now that's peace of mind. These deals are available for a limited time only, so call today. Comfort you can believe in, no matter the season. That's the McCrae way.
It's hard to stop a train.
Welcome back to Rams Stadium, where we have, once again, Shepherd versus the West Virginia Wesleyan Bobcats. I'm just going to say Bobcats throughout the whole thing. It's a lot of words to say West Virginia Wesleyan. A lot of words there. Ryan Earls to kick off. To return the kick is going to be, looks like number 6, Stephen Knox back there. Ball goes back to the end zone. Knox is not going to return it, but he just waits for everybody to come to him.
Yeah, keep them running. Why not? I mean, the only thing about, Shepherd will put some of their really good players on kick coverage. I mean, so why not tire them out a little bit and make them run the whole way? But like I said before, this Shepherd team, as far as they're in good shape, so I don't think that's an issue that they'll have to worry about.
Bobcats are going to come out onto the field against a stout Shepherd defense that you did speak about in the pregame. And we'll also, another thing we spoke about in the pregame, and I just missed that call there. It looks like they reset the game clock. But another thing we talked about was the absence of the quarterback, the starting quarterback, Nate Montana. His backup, Jeremy Musselman, is in the shotgun formation. Musselman back to throw. Quick out to number 2, Dante Boston. And right there, that secondary, you saw the speed of the secondary there to break that pass up.
Yeah, DJ Scott, very, very talented corner on the outside. I mean, he's not going to let that fly. He broke on the ball very well on that play. And that's one of those balls, those outs that you have to get out there quick. You have to get it out there fast. Right there, it was a little late and gave Scott an opportunity to jump the route.
Coach Jonas Jackson wants the Bobcats to run about 90 plays a game. So you're going to see a very quick in and out of the huddle. And right there, almost picked off And let's see what the refs call it, because that was almost picked off, and it did look like Wesleyan did come up with the ball, so it's going to be 1st and 10. Actually, no, they're going to call it incomplete. So your starting offense here, we already talked about Nate Montana being out, but one of the guys we want to talk about, the offensive line, Kramer, Spate, Petit, Dobson, Gotiowski, all of those guys have to play well against Shepherd.
Yeah, and that was definitely one of the keys for the game is that offensive line. And again, any team that plays football, offensive line, the offensive defensive lines are key. I mean, that's your force. That's your ability to establish the line of scrimmage, so that's important.
3rd down and 10. Quick over the middle. Musselman this time to number 13, Chase Blackwell. Not enough for a 1st down, so we're going to have 4th down. And here's our defense while we wait for the 4th down. And there's Robert Hayes, who's a big guy in the center there. You're going to see Howard Jones, Tolson, Dixon, Parrish, and Barber. Those linebackers are stout also.
Yeah, and when we don't even talk much about Mike Franklin this year. And, I mean, he's just a beast in that front four. 6'2", 310 pounds, moves the pile. I mean, it just seems like he's been here forever.
Back to return the kick was DJ Scott, and he was stopped right away by Brendan Klotz, but Brendan did not give him enough space to make the catch there, so that could be the flag that we saw thrown early after the catch.
And that's one thing to keep an eye on is penalties today. I mean, we've seen time and time again teams shoot, they struggle when you have a lot of penalties, and you don't want to start the game off with a penalty.
And that is a 15-yard penalty. Not giving the guy enough space to make the catch. It's a 15-yard penalty. That's a very crucial and gives the Rams offense starting position on their own 48-yard line. So good field position start for the Shepherd Rams.
Yeah, excellent field position for Shepherd. And you don't want to give them any added yardage because they typically can turn those into points very fast.
Under center is Cooper. Run, first play run to Mike Haynes, and he's gobbled up after getting right to the yard marker by number 44, Brian Vukela. On offense, you see the Rams starting offense there, led by Bobby Cooper. Mike Haynes with just the carry just now. McKenzie, Lowe, and Brown, each of those guys will get catches. And then that offensive line who we highlighted last week, led by Isaiah Shelton, is really a dominant offensive line, but they're going to have everything handed to them today. Pass up high, but caught by number 11, Robert Bird. Enough for a 1st down. It's going to be 1st down Rams. On defense for the Bobcats, Jonas Sellian. Watch this guy. He's all over the field. Brian Vukela is another guy. Lastly, the guy who we were told to watch out for, Jesse Robertson, 5'8", 210, middle linebacker, 5'8". A little short for a middle linebacker, isn't it?
Yeah, but he has some size. I mean, 210 is pretty good size at the Division II level. You'll see that range from 210 to 240 based on the team and the school.
Haynes with the carry. This time he gains about a yard, so it's going to be 2nd down and 9.
Yeah, sometimes when you look at Robeson, you'll see, those smaller stature guys, they're able to get penetration. They're usually quicker. They're usually stout against the run because they're strong. And I think one of the things you'll see about Robeson seems like a very active linebacker. You're going to see him flying around all over the place, making plays. He can be very hard to block for big guys because you got to get out to him sometimes, and he's flying around back there as a linebacker, so that can be good. Sometimes you, as an offense, you just want to go right at him. Maybe get a double team on him in the middle, go right at him, and see if he can handle the run as well.
One more point on him, on number 8. He is 2nd in D2 in tackles. Run up the middle again, Robert Haynes, and there he is on the tackle.
Yep.
And Robertson is right there on the tackle, and like I said, 2nd in D2 in tackles, and there you see on the replay, he comes up and makes the play.
Yeah, you'll see that, and they have some big guys up front that can. The goal is to keep those defensive tackles, to keep those guards off of Robeson, so Robeson can roam and really make plays as a linebacker. And they have some big horses up front. With Marquise Jackson is 315 pounds, and Charles Tillman is 6'2", 330. Those are your 2 tackles, defensive tackles, anchoring that 4-3.
3rd down and 5. Cooper rolls out, has all day to throw. Forced out of bounds, though. Good coverage in the secondary is going to force a 4th down for the Rams.
Yeah, it looked like a 2-man route for the Rams. And that was a two-man route, and also you had a rollout to the right, so it kind of cut off the field. So you saw, the defense had more bodies in the secondary to cover as opposed to what Shepherd threw out there with the receivers. So two-man route, good coverage in the back end.
Fourth down forces the Rams to punt. Back to punt is Troy McNeil, and to return the kick is Lavon Hughes. Kicking, he's trying to angle it a little bit. That ball bounces and goes into the end zone for a touchback. So that ball will come out past the 20 to the 25. And we talked a little bit about the defense for the Bobcats, and they're going to need to be on their game because there's a lot of different running backs that come in and out for Shepherd.
Right, you definitely want to get some turnovers. last week the Bobcats were able to score 10 points off of turnovers in their win against Urbana. And that's what they're going to have to try to establish some type of ability to cause turnovers in this game.
Musselman back in the shotgun formation, 3 wide receivers to his right. Pass, it looks like a quick screen play to Dante Boston. He makes a couple guys miss. He's on the outside. Dante Boston gets a great block on Keon Robinson, but Keon hustles to get back to it. Good block, big run up there from Musselman to Boston.
And I'll tell you what, first of all, great play call for the Bobcats, but I'll take Keon Robinson. He's able to fight off a block and save possibly a touchdown on this play. So, I mean, you have to give him credit for what he did there. He saved the touchdown. Good effort.
Malcolm York was down there on the block, but Keon Robinson fought through it and was able to, like you said, save a touchdown. 23 on the carry, Malcolm York, right off of that great block, gets a good 6 yards on the carry. So you're looking at second down and about 4 for the Bobcats.
And you talk about the number of plays that the Bobcats want to run offensively. It's an up-tempo offense. So what you want to do is you want to gas the defense by running play after play after play. Now, Shepherd, their depth is going to be tested here, which we've seen before. They have players. So Coach Cater is going to interchange players in and out, and you don't see significant drop-off from their players on this team.
Musselman with the pass, goes deep, broken up by DJ Scott. Very good defensive play by Scott.
Yeah, these corners, they're getting better and better each week. We're seeing more and more plays being made out of these two, DJ Scott and Keon Robinson. You're seeing them really, really lock down those outsides because you see them. They're playing passing teams more and more, and you're starting to see them settle in very good, and they're becoming shutdown guys on the outside.
Third down and 3 for the Bobcats. Musselman trying to get the Rams to jump. They don't. And almost intercepted by Dominic Dixon, one of those linebackers we talked about when we went over the starting lineup.
Yeah, we did. Dominic Tolson, Dominic Dixon, A.J. Parrish. Keep an eye on those three gentlemen, especially at home when you're watching the game. Dominic Tolson is number 1, Dominic Dixon is number 3, and A.J. Parrish is number 32. And they are a solid group of linebackers. I mean, the athleticism that they bring is just an amazing situation for your team.
One of the great things about Shepherd is they score a lot on special teams. Back there to receive, it's going to be a fake kick, and Shepherd was ready for it the whole way. Shepherd was ready for that the whole way as a big hit on the punter, though, by the guy we highlighted, Robert Hayes, and the flag does come out. So let's see what the ref is going to call on this play. It's going to be on the Bobcats. And that will more than likely be declined because it's going to be a turnover on downs.
Yeah, and I think this was a called pass from the beginning.
And it's too many men in the backfield on that play, which caused a turnover also, an incomplete pass anyway, so it was going to be a turnover regardless. But Shepherd was ready for that at that point.
And they were, and that's the one thing, Shepherd special teams-wise, they're prepared. I mean, you can tell they're prepared for a lot of things that any team can throw at them. And you saw there, they were prepared for that.
And they're excellent also. Deep pass, Cooper to low, incomplete. Good coverage on the play there by number 22, Jermichael Kelly.
Yeah, we talked about the corners on the Shepherd side of the ball. Kelly, he played very well, and what you want to do in that situation is You use the sideline as your friend. Make sure you're keeping up with get those hips turned, run with the receiver, and when the ball is in the air, you look at those receivers' eyes. The eyes will tell you when the ball is coming. Then you got to whip that head around, and that's a hard position to master. I mean, it's very difficult, but it was well played there.
Cooper again back to receive the snap. He overshoots his receiver, Billy Brown there. 3rd and 10 for the Rams. And the Rams are coming out throwing more than what they used to do. They usually run the ball a lot more. Why more throwing? Did they maybe see something on tape?
Well, remember last week, I mean, you talked about this. They had a whole series where they just threw the ball, and then a whole series where they ran the ball, and both were successful. Shepard can attack you in many ways, and I don't think they'll pick and choose. They're going to look at where they can attack, and they'll get you. And if they can throw, Cooper, we've seen, has been a playmaker. Why not?
Cooper drops back to throw, and the secondary is up to par here for the Bobcats as the ball is incomplete, forcing a punt. Again, McNeil back to punt. Back, Levon Hughes will be back to receive.
Yeah, and it's just Cooper steps back, gets a little bit of pressure right up in the middle by Brian Vukela, the linebacker, but he's able to step up and make the pass, but good defense.
Kenny Spain on the coverage there. And there's the punt way up in the air. Very good punt. Levon Hughes has to go back to field it. Makes 2 guys miss. Gets a blocker. Has one there to look for. Fumble. And very good play. Larry Lowe, the wide receiver, gets the ball, strips it, and recovers the fumble.
And you're talking about a shift in momentum. I mean, this was a beautiful punt. Then you have an amazing return. I mean, this return by Hughes, I mean, he is running, but you have to secure the ball. And Lowe does what you're taught to do. As a receiver, he comes up and lays the hammer down on the ball and is able to jar the ball loose. You have to have the ball secured when you're in traffic. And at that point, Hughes didn't do it. Turnover.
Coach Cater must practice special teams over and over and over throughout the week. This is one of the better special teams I've seen play ever. They are really good on special teams.
And this was a special teams breakdown that turned into a point for you because you actually were able to get the ball back.
Number 31, Alan Cross on the carry there. Cross made his debut last week. Did score a touchdown last week also. He only gains a little bit there, maybe even 1 yard. And that defensive front, those defensive tackles are really big, as you indicated before, and they made the play.
Yeah, keep an eye on them, number 68 and number 98, Charles Tillman and Marquise Jackson, against the run in particular. They are very difficult to move. So, I think they're bigger than many of the Shepherd offensive linemen, even though Shepherd has a good-sized offensive line. So that's a good battle to watch.
There's the pass from Cooper to Frick. Enough for the first down and a little bit more. 1st down and 10 for the Rams. And there you see Cooper. This time he rolls out, gets away from those 2 big defensive tackles.
Yeah, and I like Frick a lot. I mean, I think he's a big-time tight end that I would not be surprised if he has a shot to see about making an NFL roster when his time comes. He's good size at 6'4", 242 pounds. Can probably even add a little bit more weight. Runs very well, has good hands. Very good in the passing route. And at Shepherd, you have to be able to run block. So he's shown an ability to do that as well.
1st and 10, and a run right up the middle for Cross. He gains about a yard, maybe 2 on that run. And actually, on the run there, that was Bernard Woolley also in there to make that run. 2nd down, and you're probably looking at about 8. You're 2nd and 8 for the Rams. And there you see the sideline. And let's talk a little bit about the sideline there for West Virginia Wesleyan. There's NFL ties all over that sideline as you have Anthony Thomas, who played for the Bears and was the Rookie of the Year, and he's here coaching. Also, Willie Parker is out there coaching from the Steelers. Gain of 2 on that run for the Rams. And that was Cross there. Gain of 2 yards. So you're looking at about 3rd and a long 6.
You saw John Maddox from the free safety position. And good defense. I mean, it looked like it was open, but the defense and the penetration to the outside did a very good job. And what you see is you got the 2 big horses up front at defensive tackle. Then you have speed on the outside. And I think that's what you have with the linebackers from the Bobcats.
3rd down and 7. for the Rams. Woolley in motion. Play action fake that time. Cooper rolls out. Has Lowe. Lowe makes the catch right in front of Spahn. Enough for the first down. And first down at the 17-yard line.
And yeah, once Cooper was able to break contain, and one of the things that we have seen from Cooper more and more is his athletic ability. He breaks contain and becomes a running threat. So you have literally a 6'4", 223-pound quarterback that's extremely athletic, that breaks the pocket, that gives you a running threat, throws the ball on the dart, first down.
Larry Lowe very active in this game as his fumble recovery started this drive. Cross again, and he gets nowhere. Hit behind the line, and that's number 44 again there, Brian Vukala on the tackle.
Yeah, Vukala read that very well, was able to shut the door down. I think running plays may be a little hard to come by against this this big front for the Bobcats.
And the Bobcats, and I looked at Mr. McNeil there on the Bobcats, 330 pounds.
Oh,
he is big. And there you see the Bobcats. Jonas Jackson is the head coach. He's there in the black on the screen there. He himself could get out there and play D tackle.
He's the size of NFL 3-4 deep nose tackles. I mean, you're talking about guys that are that size that play for these 3-4 teams like Pittsburgh Steelers and the Arizona Cardinals. I mean, that's good size for a big guy, that size. And their goal is to shut the run down, clog it up.
And they do another good job there. So we do have a flag on the field, though. So it's going to be second down and long after this flag. They get Ed Hassis offsides. So that's going to make it a little bit more manageable here. Second down and 8 now after that call. But again, like you said, they're having a hard time moving that the front four there to get some rushing lanes and get rushing yards. Second down and 8 for Cooper. Takes the shotgun. He's looking for a touchdown there, and he's looking at Billy Brown. Billy Brown makes the catch, touchdown Rams.
And Kelly got turned all around, didn't get his head around in time to make a play. He was in position, just couldn't make a play, and good touchdown pass for the Rams.
And again, you see Cooper back here, and he has a lot of time to throw, though, Jerome. He's just sitting back there waiting.
Absolutely, and that is the one, if you're talking about big defensive tackles, big defensive linemen, that's one problem. Can they collapse the pocket? If they cannot, that could be a problem.
Earl's in to kick the extra point. Snap is back, kick is up, and it's good. The Rams strike first. They lead 7-0.
For over 10 years, Mako of Hagerstown's been helping you stretch your dollar further. With paint services starting at only $329, they can add years to those vehicles that have lost their shine. Mako of Hagerstown is also your source for complete collision repair, including frame straightening that returns your vehicle to its pre-accident condition. Insurance claims are always welcome, and Mako can work off of your insurance estimate, or they can write their own. Stop by and see Kyle, Mark, and the entire staff for a free estimate at Mako of Hagerstown, conveniently located off Eastern Boulevard.
Here at Rams Stadium, and the Rams strike first. 17-yard pass from Cooper to Brown. Kick goes way back in the end zone, and Steven Knox looks like he's going to come out, but he doesn't. Makes the Rams run again, which he did on the opening kickoff.
Yeah, he makes them run. He's like, yeah, you got to come and get me. So makes them run all the way down the field.
And it may be a smart move, like you said, because, again, it gets them to a little bit winded. They're probably in shape, yes, but a little bit winded. Why not run? That's
at this point with the camp, you would imagine when you have a team that's this good, you're not going to see a cake camp from the Shepherd Rams. So I would imagine that camp is pretty tough. And by the time it's all said and done, these guys are in the best shape of their lives when the game time comes.
Musselman trying to return the favor. There as he throws, he gets hit as he throws. So it's an incomplete pass. It's going to be 2nd down and 10.
And now look at this defensive line. Chanel Jenkins, and we don't talk about Chanel a lot. He's a freshman, 6'4", 251-pound defensive end. You got Howard Jones, who we know all about. Howard Jones, the All-American. Robert Hayes, who just is a monster up front. And then you have Mike Franklin, who also is an NFL-type caliber size from that defensive front. So you have a good unit there.
Screen play that time was called. A.J. Parrish was in perfect position, would not allow that to be completed, so now you're looking at a 3rd down and 10.
And you have Jones, again, who's on the play. And we've talked about him in previous weeks, about his size at 6'5", 230 pounds. He came to Shepherd as a 185-pound player, and you saw the work and effort. He's so lean, but he plays so much bigger than what he is. I mean, you look at him, he plays like he's 260 pounds. He has speed, he has range, he has size, and he handles the run very well. So you see the strength in him, too.
3rd down, in and out of the hands of Dante Boston, forces a 4th down, and we saw a shot there of the offense for Shepherd getting ready, and they're going to be getting right back on the field.
Yeah, and that's, defense comes in, gets a 3 and out, and you get the ball back. Now you may see Shepherd lean heavily on the run this time. We've seen it before. They'll go one series all pass, next series all run. And even though the Bobcats are doing good against the run, you have to keep running the ball because eventually you'll be able to pop it in the long run.
Casper Bernard kicks it off, and DJ Scott lets that one go, and it takes a favorable bounce for the Bobcats all the way back to about the 18-yard line. Actually the 14-yard line. So even better field position, worse field position, for the Rams to start out. There you see some of the Rams coaches. One of them is Coach Cater right there, who's going for another WVIAC crown. And the way his defense is playing, they might just blow right through this conference.
Yeah, I mean, when you have a defense that plays like that, regardless what your offense does, they keep you in the game. And this team needs tons of help for that offense, because that offense is showing that it's high-powered and it has an ability to really do some good things week after week.
Run that time by, looks like Haynes. Again, does not gain much. If he gains, he gets about another yard. So they're having a hard time running the ball, but they're doing pretty good passing. So,
right, you'll still see them run. You have to run the ball, though. Because those are the things that in the 4th quarter, those runs may pop. We saw it from Philadelphia Eagles Giants game with Deshaun McCoy. He got stopped consistently the whole first half, and then comes out in the second half, has 123 yards rushing. So you have to keep doing it and establish the line of scrimmage.
Another play fake. He had Frick open, but Frick, decides not to go to him. Incomplete pass. That time looks like he was going for one of the tight ends there, Sequoia, and misses him. So it's going to be 3rd down and 9.
Well, here's the problem. This is the 2nd time we've seen Cooper roll out to the left side, and he is all alone out there. So he's able to make a lot of decisions. Concern, he threw the ball across the field a little bit, and usually that could be a dangerous play, because you're throwing it across your body, across the field, and that could be a scary proposition.
3rd down and 9. Cooper back to throw, does not see anybody first, but then drops it right off to number 11, Robert Bird, and Bird makes the catch, gets enough for the 1st down.
Bird just sits in that zone, and we're not seeing a lot of pressure coming from this Bobcat defensive front, especially with 3 or 4 pass rushers at one time. So they may one of the adjustments that you may begin to see is they may begin to bring pressure.
And that's odd because they are 2nd in the country with 24 sacks through 5 games, and they're just not getting to Cooper at all.
Now remember, this offensive line is good though. I mean, and they're a good run offensive line, but also pass blocking offensive line.
1st and 10, another run for minimal gain again by the Rams. Probably looking at another 1-yard gain. So you start off each drive with a 1-yard gain, and you're saying just keep going at it. Just
Yeah, you have to keep doing it. If you're the Bobcats, you're impressed with that. You want to shut down the run, and you want to be able to have, if they're going to run the ball on first down, they get 1 or 2 yards or negative, and you're seeing that. So your defense is stout. They're doing what they need to do, so you want to keep that going. But on the offensive side of the ball, you still want to try to establish that line of scrimmage. And, I mean, it may be one of those games where you're playing against just a tough run defense, but you got to keep, you got to let the team know that they can't just peel off and rush. You said they can rush the passer very well.
And around Cooper gets out of that, gets out from getting pressured, and does gain about 3 to 4 yards on that play. There's some roughhousing back at the end of the game, at the end of it.
Well, I think you got a massive block by number 11 for Shepherd, I believe, made the block. Robert Beard, that was a big time block, and it could have been a defenseless player, but the officials did not see it or call it.
And the guy who he did block was Jake Lenitsky, who is down on the field right now, injured.
Yeah, there's nothing worse for a player than you're running top speed and your head's not on the swivel, and bam, you get a hit to the head.
We're going to see, we're going to find out what's going on with Lazinski, and we're going to take a break, and we'll be right back.
It's our weekend. Should we spend it wandering in some home improvement warehouse? No. I say we go to Ace. Yeah. Get help when we walk in the door. Yeah. Because we will maintain our homes, but we will also maintain our weekend. Yes.
Find your helpful hardware man at Dawson's Ace Hardware, 99 Park Circle, Route 522 South, Berkeley Springs, West Virginia.
Your in-store wingman helps get your weekend back at Ace.
Mother Nature can be a tad unpredictable. That kind of disposition doesn't sit well with a train. Its forecast is as rock solid as solid rock. Nothing but perfect temps house-wide.
McCrae Heating and Air Conditioning has been serving your community for 75 years, and we're celebrating with amazing rebates and a 10-year parts and labor warranty free. Now that's peace of mind. These deals are available for a limited time only, so call today. Comfort you can believe in, no matter the season. That's the McCrae way.
It's hard to stop a train.
Back here at Rams Stadium, and the injured player was Jake Lenitsky, but he did get up on his own power, was able to walk off the field, which is good news. 3rd down and 4 now for the Rams. Cooper back to throw, and the blitz is coming, and they come right at him. Blitzer that time was Jeff Parrish from a DB spot, came up and made the tackle.
And that's what I talked about a couple plays ago, is will the Bobcats begin to try to bring some pressure? And there you go. You saw it off the edge on the play. And you're going to have to do that. You can't just sit back and try to rush 4 all the time and not get pressure. And this is a team that does get to the quarterback. So you may see more of that throughout this game.
Back to punt is McNeil. Levon Hughes back to return it at his own 30-yard line. Kick is up in the air. Not that great of a kick, and it takes a Bobcat bounce.
And they're going to have good field position here.
The Bobcats will start at their own 39-yard line, as that one just died, kind of like one of my lob wedges. Just dies right there on the green. Good kick, good field position, as you said, for the Bobcats. Let's see if Musselman can get something started and get his team back on the board. There's Musselman in shotgun formation. 3 wide receivers down to his right. He's looking that way. No one's available, so he just tucks it and runs. And gains a good amount of yards there. Gains about 4 yards out of nothing.
Oh, yeah, and again, I mean, it seems like there was, a little bit of pressure in his face. He takes it upfield, and anytime you can get 4 yards on first down, regardless how you get it, that's not a bad play.
Number 56, Xavier Tyler, is one of the backup offensive linemen, came in there and just blew that play up right from the middle. 2nd down and 6 for the Bobcats. Quick flare out to number 23, Malcolm Yock, and he's met right away. Loses about 4 yards on that play.
And that was Keon Robinson, very physical corner, good size corner too, at 6 foot tall and 199 pounds. He's a 200-pound corner out there. And he plays with a lot of aggressiveness, good player overall. Again, we'll highlight those corners throughout the game.
very, very fast to the line. As we stated before, Coach Jonas Jackson wants to get about 90 plays a game, so they're going to get right up to the line. 3rd down and 7 for the Bobcats. Musselman back, does not see anybody. Then he does, and right through the hands of Dante Boston. Would have been a tough catch, but still went right through his hands. 3rd down for the Bobcats.
And that was the second time we saw a ball go through Boston's hands. He has to pull that in. I mean, you're talking about a 1st down on 2 occasions that could have kept the drive alive. And as a result of those misses, they now have to punt.
Now, folks, don't go away from the screen here because this is special teams. Usually not a routine pitch and punt here for the Rams, especially with DJ Scott back there at his own 20-yard line to receive.
Well, they block punts, and then they have the chance to take it to the house when they actually receive it. So it's always an adventure for these Rams.
As DJ Scott makes one guy miss, makes another guy miss, gets a block by Keon Robinson. Now he's changing field position. I said don't go away. Gets another block. It goes 2 guys out, but there's a flag on that play. So they might get a block in the back, and the coaches are extremely upset at the different types of blocking on that play. But DJ Scott made it look good. There was some blocking, but there was a few blocks in the back.
Now, was this a treat or what? You just highlighted this, and this you're talking about one of the best. I don't care if this comes back. This was one of the best returns I've seen here at this stadium. I mean, you're talking about guys getting just lambasted all over the place, and DJ Scott is just running and weaving and dutching and diving and just. I mean, there was so much into that. I mean, you're talking about entertainment at its best. I mean, it comes back. I know you negate the play, but man, was that fun to watch, and I hope the fans at home really enjoyed that play.
And if you didn't hear that, the wind is really picking up here at Shepherd University, and they could have called block in the back on about 3 or 4 different people.
And I think that's what some of the fans and the coaches are saying. They're like, hey, there was so many blocking the backs.
Yeah.
But
we're on the sideline here of the Bobcats, so we get to see their sideline, and they were not happy at all. Game charts were thrown all over the place.
I mean, what is the official to do? Stop the play dead? They can't. It has to keep going. So I mean, these blocks may not have been correct, but they flagged it. So what are you complaining about? I mean, I understand. It's just my thought is, are you angry because DJ Scott was able to do all that, or is it the blocks?
I think they might have been angry at the different types of blocks. There could have been every ref out there probably could have thrown a flag. Another drive started for the Rams. Another short gain on 1st down, and that possibly could be the last play of the quarter as we're down to 5 seconds. I'm not sure if they're going to get the play off, and they're not. Cooper's not even going to try. So at the end of the 1st quarter, the Rams lead the Bobcats 7-0. We'll be right back.
It's our weekend. Should we spend it wandering in some home improvement warehouse? No. I say we go to Ace. Yeah. Get help when we walk in the door. Yeah. Because we will maintain our homes, but we will also maintain our weekend. Yeah.
Find your helpful hardware man at Dawson's Ace Hardware, 99 Park Circle, Route 522 South, Berkeley Springs, West Virginia.
Your in-store wingman helps get your weekend back at Ace.
Mother Nature can be a tad unpredictable. That kind of disposition doesn't sit well with a train. Its forecast is as rock solid as solid rock. Nothing but perfect temps house-wide.
McCrae Heating and Air Conditioning has been serving your community for 75 years, and we're celebrating with amazing rebates and a 10-year parts and labor warranty free. Now that's peace of mind. These deals are available for a limited time only, so call today. Comfort you can believe in, no matter the season. That's the McCrae way.
It's hard to stop a train.
Back here at Ram Stadium in Vickers Sports, and WJAL is here on homecoming weekend at Shepherdstown, West Virginia. You see the band there getting excited, and, because, like I said, it is homecoming weekend. Festivities have begun here at Shepherd University.
Yeah, and this is a big homecoming weekend for many schools at all the division levels. So Big weekend. I think Temple has homecoming this week.
go
Shippensburg
Owls.
University they have homecoming. You got Shepherd here. They have their homecoming going on. So a lot of festivities. And on college campuses, homecoming is typically a very, very fun experience, fun weekend. And sometimes the weekend begins on Wednesday for homecoming.
False start on the Rams pushes them back. It's going to be second down and about 15. And you talked about homecoming. It's homecoming a lot of places. And this is not really a cupcake game. Usually you schedule cupcakes for homecoming, and I don't think this one is.
Well, the problem is you try to, and then teams you realize during the season that they're not, and then you have to kind of come in and deal with it.
We've seen this a lot. Quick out to Larry Lowe. Again, we've seen that a lot this year. Cooper to Lowe. Gets penalty yards back. It's going to be third down and about 9.
And much better defensive effort by cornerback Jermichael Kelly on the play. And that's what you want to do. You want to come up on a quick out like that. You want to come up and make the tackle. The problem is, in many cases, if that tackle is missed, you open up for a huge possible gain on that play, maybe even a touchdown give up. So Lowe is capable of taking the ball and taking it to the house.
Cooper in the shotgun on third down and 9. Drops back to pass, gets good blocking. Very good play there by Kenny Spain. And he did have him wrapped a little bit there. Almost looked like a pass interference call, but no call.
Yeah,
fourth down.
I didn't think that would get called. I mean, there was some minor contact, but I didn't think it was enough to warrant a call. I thought that was just a brilliant defensive play.
One of the great things I just saw here just now is the guys, they jump up and they give each other the body bump instead of high fives. I just saw the big 2 defensive tackles give each other a body bump, and they got off the ground a little bit. They can jump a little bit. So
the stadium shake.
Yeah, the stadium did shake a little bit. High punt, fair catch there by Levon Hughes. Very good punt by Troy McNeil. The Bobcats get back on offense.
I'll tell you what, the Bobcats are still in this game. Their defense is actually playing relatively well. They gave up the one big drive, but other than that, they've been playing well. So you have the 2 defenses are really taking over this game and taking over control. So you have Shepherd's defense, and the typical hard-nosed, hard-to-move the ball on Shepherd defense against the Bobcats, who's showing that they are very hard to move. They're difficult. They're going to try to get after you and get after the quarterback and tackle. Both teams are tackling very well right now.
Musselman back in the shotgun formation. This time he has receivers to his left. York with the carry, and it's probably his best carry of the day. He gains 8 yards on that play.
And you have, again, just like we've talked about for the Bobcats or Shepherd running the ball against the Bobcat D, the Bobcats must also run the ball or attempt to run the ball against the Shepherd defense. I mean, you have to try. There is not a lot of weaknesses at this defense. You look at the Shepherd defense, from the defensive line to the linebackers to the secondary, they have so much talent everywhere around. There's not a lot of weaknesses.
Second down and 2, back to pass is Musselman. Completes this time to Dante Boston. Makes the catch, enough for the first down.
One of the hardest passes to throw as a quarterback is the deep out. And people at home, you ask why. Because when you think about that ball has to travel 15, 20 yards, and it has to be on a rope because of the fact if it's not, it gives a defensive player ability to break on the ball and take the ball and take it to the house. So that has to be a deep, on the rope pass. And you saw that thrown very well.
York with the fumble, he gets it back. He does get that back, and there's no gain on that because of the fumble. But you are so correct about that out pattern. That's a turnover waiting to happen.
Oh, it is. And you see it at the pro level. You see some of those quarterbacks with weaker arms, they don't throw that well. They get it out there, and bam, it's picked. And that problem is when that's picked, it's picked for a touchdown. Typically, you get the fastest guys on the defense covering that. They take that with that 4.3 speed. They're unimpeded to the end zone. So that ball has to be on a rope, or it's a momentum changer, possibly a game loser if you get that picked off.
We talked about momentum changers. That could have been one right there by Malcolm York. Fumble, but he does get it back. Second down, there's a flag on this play. But right before the guy who we did highlight, Robert Hayes, gets the sack and then does his B.J. Raji dance. So we're going to see what we have here on the play, what the call is.
I think it's on him. He may have been lined up in a neutral zone.
It is. It's a 5-yard penalty. No wonder he was so quick to get back there. He was offsides.
Yeah, and he didn't need to be. I mean, I think he just lined up in the neutral zone and didn't really realize it. If he was on sides, he would have got there anyway. But again, they stood him up. You saw him standing up on the play. They actually moved him. They kind of shuffled a little bit. They're going 3 down linemen, and they're coming with some pressure a little bit. They changed up the defense a little bit.
2nd down, and Malcolm York goes right through the defense, right where there's only 1 D lineman. He went right over there and got enough for the 1st down.
And that's what you give up when you kind of, spread out a little bit, trying to get some pressure. And I appreciate the look. I think it was a different look on the play that you wanted to give, and that's exactly what they did. You're seeing Shepherd change up a little bit. They're going to more of a 34 look as opposed to a 43 look, and you're seeing Haynes standing up. So you're talking about an in-the-game adjustment of a defensive philosophy. That's just coaching, amazing coaching.
1st down, and York this time gets stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. No yard gain there.
And think about it. If you were preparing all week for a 4-3 look, and then all of a sudden in the middle of the game, Shepherd goes to a 34 look, and they're able to pull it off, that's just brilliant coaching now.
Yeah, a lot of talking out there as Robert Hayes is right in the middle of it. I think they were a little upset about that dance and probably was telling them about it.
The Raji dance.
They were probably telling them you got that because you were offsides. But 2nd down and 10 for the Bobcats. Right now they're back in that offensive. And look at the defense again now. What defense are they in here?
They look like it looks like a 34 look, a 3-4. They're primarily a 4-3 team, and it looks like they went into a 3-4 look or more of a dime look with 3 down linemen, and it seems to be paying off.
And it caused confusion there, which means that Bobcats are going to take a break, and so are we. We'll be right back.
The Potomac Eagles Scenic Railroad in Romney, West Virginia, along the south branch of the Potomac River. Enchants everyone.
This has made my day.
Luxury class and open window coach and open air cars to witness soaring eagles in their own backyard, the Trough. The Potomac Eagles Scenic Railroad has your excursion to adventure. See you at the station.
Back here at Ram Stadium, Musselman just threw incomplete that time to his backup running back there. Looks like Naquan McGirt just missed him with a flare pass, and A.J. Parrish was on the coverage there. And there you see the brain trust right there of the Shepherd Rams. They've come up with these looks that you highlighted that's causing so much concern there for the Bobcats.
Well, remember, the Bobcats run a spread type of offense, so you kind of have to match that up. And you see they're going athlete for athlete on that Shepherd side of the ball, and I think it's working.
3rd down, back shoulder throw was beautiful. Beautiful pitch and catch. Naimi Mans makes the catch.
And this is turning into a pretty good drive for this Bobcat team against the Shepherd defense. You're seeing there's so much quality stuff going on both sides of the ball with these coaches. I mean, they're coming up with some brilliant things to match each other. You're talking about in-the-game strategic changes that coaches are kind of playing off each other, and I just think that's just good football knowledge.
The football is right on the 10-yard line, so it's 1st and goal. McGirt with the carry, he gains about a yard, so now we're down to the 9. 2nd down and goal from the 9-yard line.
And the Bobcats, they want to score here. They have to be able to put the ball in the end zone and tie this up. And if you're Shepherd, you see some of the Shepherd players are starting to put their hands on their hips. The high-tempo game that the Bobcats are playing could be paying dividends for them on this drive.
Sun is in and out of clouds today. It's coming in and going back, going out and then coming back in all day. So 2nd down and 9 for the Bobcats. Throw Again, going to Naimi, and it's incomplete pass. Their flag is on the field. The hat is also off of the ref, which means he stepped out of bounds.
Well, they may call Roden with a penalty. Is that a penalty on the play?
There is a flag on the play, yes.
So it might be defensive pass interference in the end zone. It looks like Roden may have forced the receiver out of bounds, which they may call interference.
So if they call interference here, is that a first down?
Yes, it'll be automatic first down in half the distance, I believe. Yep. So ball's placed at the 2. So this gives the Bobcats an opportunity with a whole new set of downs from the 2-yard line.
Now what we have is first and goal from the 2 after the pass interference call on Philip Roden. Back in the backfield is York. Musselman calling for the snap. He does get it. And they go to the 101 up top. And that's a dangerous play, I believe, because you have Keon Robinson up there one-on-one with the receiver, yes. But it is Keon Robinson, who is one of the players of the week this week in the conference.
Yeah, and I tell you what, we've talked about it, he's not a small corner. I mean, he's a corner that does get up. He's a hard one to just float the ball over. It's different when you have those 5'8", 5'9" corners out there. He's 6 foot tall, and he's strong. So it's not going to be easy to just lob a ball over to him.
Second and goal from the 2. Play action to York. He throws to the back of the end zone, and good coverage by Roden or number 5, Devin Simmons, not able to get to the 6'5" receiver. It's going to be third down and 2 from the 2.
And this is one of the potential problems for a passing team that is a prolific passing team that does not necessarily have offensive balance by running a lot. They get into these situations where you only need 2 yards and you start out pass, and now you're in third and goal, and you don't have a power package here.
Third down and goal. York to the right of Musselman. Ball snapped, and another throw into a lot of traffic there. Another throw into a lot of traffic, and that was a tough throw.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you just want to get 2 tight ends. Maybe even bring in one of those defensive tackles, man, and just load up and just go right at them. That's 2 yards, man. The easiest way to get from point A to point B sometimes is going straight ahead. I mean, you got 3 pass plays, and all 3 are broken up, and it's difficult because the defense is now shrunk. You don't have as much room in the defensive secondary to do much in the passing game. So passing lanes are easier to cover, and sometimes you can throw some picks in there too.
And this field goal is not automatic. We've seen the Rams block a lot of field goals this year. Kick that one, though, gets in the air and is no good. He missed it.
So as impressive as that drive was, to come away with no points has to be a deflating experience for your team. Very impressive drive, and you do not score. That is rough.
And the kicker, Casper Bernild, is kicking himself. And anytime you miss a field goal there, you have to be one of the loneliest guys on the team is the kicker.
Yeah, you do. I mean, that's a rough one. And again, not just the fact that the Bobcats didn't come away with points. That's a victory for Shepherd in this situation, and possibly a momentum changer.
One of the things I just saw, though, the laces were not out. Mm-hmm. The laces were not out.
So that could be on the holder.
Something that little caused that 3 points for the Bobcats. Run to the left side that time again, and we've said this all game long here. The first play is a run. The first play is a run for less than 2 yards there, as it may be a gain of 1. So second down and 9 for the Rams.
And now you see the sun is starting to come out. And I'll tell you what, Isaac, this is just a beautiful day for football. I mean, you're talking about it's a nice, cool fall day. It's comfortable to be in the stands with a sweatshirt on. A little bit of wind, but that's okay. But for the players on the field, with the adrenaline pumping, this is a good day for football.
Good run that time by Cross, the freshman. He's going to be 2 yards short as he came right where the blitz was. And can you explain why this blitzer here? The blitzer gets, but he goes right where the blitz was supposed to be at.
Yeah, and basically what you see is it's a counter play, and in that sense, you let the rusher come upfield, and then you seal them off. And sometimes linemen will actually push the defensive lineman upfield, and it creates an even bigger gaping hole there, and they were able to run right behind that.
3rd down and 3 for the Rams. Cooper back to throw, and it's picked off.
Wow.
Picked off. Pick 6. Brian Vukela in for the touchdown. And we talked about out routes. That's what you said before. That was an out route.
But it was picked off from the defensive line. That you don't see that much, where the actual defensive line from where, I mean, it was picked up from where the defensive line was. So it was one of those situations where you most of the time they'll clear the defensive line or it get batted down, but to actually pick it off, I mean, you're talking about a brilliant reflexes there to get that ball.
Defensive end Brian Vukula makes the play, and again, this is not guaranteed a kick. This is just like the field goal that he just missed, but in the middle of the field, and he misses this one.
And it's I'm unsure if he's missing it wide right or left. I mean, it looks like it's true, and then it's not.
Change of momentum here at Rams Stadium. It's 7-6. Rams lead.
Mother Nature can be a tad unpredictable. That kind of disposition doesn't sit well with a train. Its forecast is as rock solid as solid rock. Nothing but perfect temps house-wide.
McCray Heating and Air Conditioning has been serving your community for 75 years, and we're celebrating with amazing rebates and a 10-year parts and labor warranty free. Now that's peace of mind. These deals are available for a limited time only, so call today. Comfort you can believe in, no matter the season. That's the McCray way.
It's hard to stop a train.
For over 10 years, Mako of Hagerstown's been helping you stretch your dollar further. With paint services starting at only $329, they can add years to those vehicles that have lost their shine. Mako of Hagerstown is also your source for complete collision repair, including frame straightening that returns your vehicle to its pre-accident condition. Insurance claims are always welcome, and Mako can work off of your insurance estimate, or they can write their own. Stop by and see Kyle, Mark, and the entire staff for a free estimate at Mako of Hagerstown, conveniently located off Eastern Boulevard.
Back here at Rams Stadium, and let's just recap what just happened here. A quick out pattern was picked off by Brian Vukula. He scores. Pick 6, does not get in the end zone. And then, how about that? Didn't they try to kick it almost like a squib just to try to get it off of them to get another turnover?
This will be big if the Bobcats somehow have this covered underneath.
And I can tell you the Bobcats are going at this game to win the game. And they're pulling out all the stops. We've seen a fake punt down here earlier in the quarter. And now just that quick kick on the ground. A lot of fighting there to see who comes up with the ball. Let's see. The refs come out and they'll say it's going to be Shepherd ball, but I like it. I really do like the chance. Go for it. Why
yeah,
not?
I mean, the chance is definitely a good one. And then, you know, especially since your defense is doing well, and now there's a penalty.
Penalty was at the end of that there after the scrum. But here you can see he kicks it right at the up man.
Yeah, Shepherd definitely wasn't prepared, but they were. And what I mean by that is, I don't think they saw it coming, but yet their special teams tends to be prepared for everything. So it doesn't surprise me that they got on that ball.
It seems like it. Their special teams is on the ball. They are up for just about anything that happens, it seems, and they were ready for that. So a personal foul penalty pushes them back. It was on Lawrence Gant, one of the special team players here for Shepherd, that pushes them back pretty far, 15 yards from where they would have had really good field position, but now they're pushed back. Gant's he's a sophomore from Bowie, Maryland, and that pushes them all the way back to the 25-yard line. So a big penalty on the Rams.
Well, I'll tell you, this is definitely a low-scoring game. I thought it would be more points. And I think right now, because of the score, I think it does favor Shepherd right now. But if this continues like this, it could possibly turn the tide. So I think both defenses, again, continually are setting the tone for this game.
And Shepherd fans, I think you're seeing the future of the running back position there with Cross. He breaks a couple tackles and gains 8 on the play. 2nd down and 2.
Yeah, you got Mike Haynes, you got Jihad Rashid, you got Cross. So, Shepherd can play a lot of guys, and they always seem to have 3 in their stable, possibly 4 or 5, that can come in and just do exactly what Cross is doing right now.
Cross gets another run, enough for the 1st down. And we talked a lot about special teams. Josh Klein is the special teams coordinator and coach here, and he's doing a terrific job with the athletes that he has.
And I'll tell you what, Josh Klein, you mean whatever you do in practice, you do a masterful job as a coach on special teams. This is always a strong special teams unit that always has a tendency or opportunity to give you points or take points away from the other team. And you just saw points being taken away twice on a field goal or extra point and field goal attempt. You've seen kickoff returns for touchdowns. You've seen block kicks, block punts. I mean, it's consistent year after year after year. Klein, through Coach Cater, does a brilliant job getting his team ready. And that's the thing. You put the importance of it. You know what I mean? When you practice it as a normal practice that you would have for your offense or defense. And you put as much effort and attitude into it so that special teams group know that they're just as important as everybody else.
2nd down and 4. Another run, and we saw this last week. Cross gets enough for the 1st down. That is the 4th straight play of this drive and the 4th straight run by Cross.
And now you're seeing the commitment to the run, and you're seeing the holes begin to open. You're seeing the big guys up front for the Bobcats are starting to tire out a little bit, and you see that big offensive line begin to get into the gut of those defensive guys and starting to move them with some sustaining blocks.
Cross goes out. Now it's Haynes. Haynes takes the tackle, takes the handoff, and making the tackle is Robertson coming up from that middle linebacker spot. He makes the tackle.
And that's what you do. I mean, for a guy like Robinson, as soon as you go wide, that plays into his strength, his ability to go sideline to sideline as a linebacker.
And a gain of, actually a loss of 1 on that play. So now you're looking at 2nd down and 11. And again, in the pistol formation this time. Flag on the play. False start on the offensive line pushes them back. It's now going to be 2nd down and 15 for the Rams. And I'm seeing a lot of that counter that you said, the counter that you pointed out in the beginning. I'm seeing a lot of those run plays, counter plays.
Yeah, and counters, what they're designed to do is a misdirection play and to get the defense to flow one way and then you come right behind it. And typically, those can be big gainers, and they're good to throw in, especially when you're not ready for it. And typically for defensive linemen, when they get trapped, and a trap is when you have one of the linemen pull and you leave a defensive lineman that's unblocked, an offensive lineman pulls from a different side and blocks that defensive lineman. And typically when you teach defensive linemen and they come off unblocked, typically they may be the trapped player. So sometimes they want to turn right inside and try to shut that door down. And right now you're seeing the Bobcats have a little bit of struggle doing that.
3rd down and 10. Cooper back to throw. It's complete, but it's going to be short of the 1st down. Good pitch and catch there from Cooper to Sequoia. Makes the play. It's going to be 4th down and about 1 or 2 yards there. No hesitation at all by Shepherd. They're going to go for it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if you give the ball up, your defense has been playing so well up until the last drive, which was probably the most significant offense that the Bobcats were able to even put together. So, they're confident in their defense.
Cross runs. Cross gets to the yard marker. I don't think he got the 1st down, though.
It looked like he hesitated
they gave
a little
it to
bit.
him.
It looked like Cross hesitated a little bit.
And they gave him the 1st down, And again, last week I talked about measurement, the lack of measurement there. I really would have called for measurement. I don't think he got the first down there, but they gave him enough. The refs are the bosses out there, so they gave him enough for a first down.
And I think the coaches can probably ask for a measurement. But like you said last week, you just didn't see much of that, and to just now you didn't see it either. And I know they have a better look at it than we do up here.
Cooper on the run, designed run there. He gains 2 yards. A designed run by Cooper, though, and he's stopped there by number 20, Jonas Selian. It's the first time I said his name all day today. He had 16 tackles and 6 sacks for the season, and I expected to say his name a little bit more than what I have today.
Yeah, it's football is a funny thing, and sometimes, you know, you on one end you think you have a lot going on, and you come off a good, strong week. The next week you come in, and it's not the same.
Cross, again, gets around Robertson. Gets a good block by his wide receiver out there, and gets enough for a first down. First down for the Rams.
Yeah, you're seeing Cross, you know, this has been his drive, and you see him establishing himself in the offense, doing very well. A little bit about Cross, he's a freshman, running back, 5'7", 181 pounds, out of Elk Ridge, Maryland. And you're just seeing him, he's showing some durability. And we've seen smaller backs for Shepherd before that are just so durable and strong. So you let you know the strength and conditioning program is all well and good.
Robertson comes in, flies in to make the tackle on Cross there. And I think actually that Cross is the future of this Rams University. So you Rams fan, watch out for this guy. You can see him getting a break right now, but he is going to be the future back.
But we say that so often, though. I mean, we saw it with Mike Haynes last year. You know, when he was a sophomore, and the good experience he's had. You've seen it with back years ago with Jimmy Such, and I remember him, and he was the future. And it's because of the fact that they recruit so well, running back wise. It's always competition, man. You cannot walk on in the fall and just think you're just going to be the guy. You better be busting your tail in the off season and getting yourself right, because they have 5 guys probably right behind you waiting to take your spot, and all of them are quality.
Kenny Williams is another guy.
Kenny Williams is another one.
Started out this year doing
exactly.
Very well.
We've talked about all these guys. Now, you know, you have injuries, you know, that can have something to do with it as well. But the depth and talent at running back that this team has is always perennially, annually good.
As Shepherd drives, though, they are challenging for another score as they're on their own 15-yard line. It's going to be 3rd down and 8. And you see that the Shepherd offense, they're talking. But I didn't say much about Selian, which I thought I was going to say his name a lot. And his defensive coordinator is Eric Brock, who played 2 seasons with the Atlanta Falcons and a 3-year letter winner at Auburn University. Just another one of many guys who have come here to West Virginia Wesleyan to break out in the coaching ranks and get some job experience here in coaching.
Yeah, I'm definitely impressed with the NFL lineage that the West Virginia Wesleyan team has. I mean, you got a lot of coaches that are involved in that and that have come back, that have had some NFL experience, and they're bringing that knowledge to the Shepherd level. I mean, you know, you see the quarterback, Montana, with his father, and he was able to come here to West Virginia Wesleyan to play, and so you're seeing that. And you're seeing that across the country as well.
After the timeout, now Shepherd back on the field. 3rd down and 8 from their 15. Again, challenging for another score here. Cooper in shotgun formation. Handoff to Hayes. West is up right over the left side. It's not enough for a first down as he just gets to the 9-yard line, 8 or 9-yard line. So you're looking at 4th down here with less than a minute left.
And I would expect they'll kick, and I think that's exactly what they're going to do, try to get some more points on the board. You're already up 1 point. You can put that up to 4 if you can get this. And at this point, every point counts. So this has been, again, I'm just impressed with both defenses. Very good defensive play here. Shepherd did put together a couple of good drives, though.
And you're probably going to get a timeout. Timeout for West Virginia Wesleyan, and a little bit of ice in the kicker?
Possibly. I mean, and at this level, sometimes I think at any level it could be effective. I mean, I'm not too big on it for the NFL, though. I mean, those kickers are typically pretty good. You ice them and you just give them a practice shot. They come back and make it again. For college, maybe a little bit more effective. So I don't see it as a bad play call at all.
In the timeout here, we'll talk a little about the reign of excellence of Coach Monty Cater at Shepherd. 26 seasons, 186 coaches victories for Coach Monty Cater, 12 WVIAC titles, and on his way to another one if his team continues to play this way.
Absolutely. And until, what I think about coaches of his stature, and what I mean by that is that impressive of a resume. I mean, this is a coach that he is a teacher of the game, and until you can be a student of the game, you cannot be a quality teacher. So that lets you know he was an excellent student of the game first, and then became a teacher of the game second. And now you have a school that student athletes wants to come to play, and get their education here, knowing that you have a quality program here.
Earl's kick is up and good. He gives Shepherd a 10-6 lead, and that's the missed field goals by the Bobcats are what's keeping them in the hole here.
Yeah, definitely. And so you still, if this is a good game, you're still in the game. If you're the Bobcats, this is not out of reach. You're still in the game. A couple big plays here and there, and not only would you be in the game, you could possibly take this on. If you're Shepherd, you definitely want to have a little bit more distance than this. Offensively, you're playing against a good defensive team that has shown that they can play some good defense, so you just got to keep trugging along, keep doing what you do. And again, they have a plethora of possibilities from this Shepherd team. They can do so many different things. So it's just going into that playbook, which I would imagine is so massive.
And there you see the shot of Nate Montana, the son of the NFL legend Joe Montana, who did get hurt last week in the victory over Urbana. And talk a little about Nate Montana. This is his fourth school that he has started football for. He started at Notre Dame, where his father played. Went to Montana, coaching changed there, forced him out of there. Went to a junior college, and then came here, West Virginia Wesleyan, which is really, he's been all over the map, all over the place.
And sometimes that happens. I mean, you have some unfortunate events sometimes that happen, or you have coaching changes that happen, or you go to a place and it's just not a good fit. And you try to find that good fit, and you have a small window of time to find it. It looks like he's found it here. So I think his thing is now is to be in a consistent system where he can play the sport he loves, the sport that his family loves, and I think coming here has been good. And we've talked about this before, how often we've seen Division I, 4, 5-star recruits that went on to big-time colleges that come to Division II level as a result of whatever happened that didn't make it work. You know what I mean? So you see quality football at every level in the NCAA, every level, from the Division I level on down to Division II on down to Division III. Just good football.
Interception there off of the first play of that drive, and he's been picking on Keon Robinson a lot, and I'm not sure I would do that in this.
No, I mean, they've been a picking on Keon, or attempting to, and that has not panned out. I mean, Keon Robinson has slammed the door almost every time you've tried to go at him. So my thought is, and you're lobbing balls up to him. Remember, he is bigger than many of the receivers that he's going against. So you put it up in the air like that, he's going to take it right from you. Number 2, Dante Boston is only 1 inch taller, and he has him listed at 200 pounds, but Keon looks bigger than he does.
Robinson was the WVIAC Defensive Player of the Week last week for the second consecutive week. So it's a situation where you're going at a guy, and now it looks like they might be going at Keon without Boston, because Boston is on the sideline hurt. Here as he gets hurt on the last play of the half.
Yeah, he may have a separated shoulder on that play. He's coming off and he's holding that shoulder, and sometimes you see that when you see that shoulder, that arm dip, typically it could be a separated shoulder, and those hurt big time, and they're going to have to put that back in and see if they can get him back in the game maybe.
So for the second week in a row, Shepherd is up 10-6 at half. We'll be right back.
Don't throw your money away. Come to Mayhew Chevrolet, Sunrise Summit in Romney, or on the web at mayhewcars.com.
Hi, I'm Kimberly Mayhew. At Mayhew Chevrolet, we are a family business where we remember you by your name and not a number. Come to Mayhew Chevrolet. We will take care of you.
It's our weekend. Should we spend it wandering in some home improvement warehouse? No. I say we go to Ace. Yeah. Get help when we walk in the door. Yeah. Because we will maintain our homes, but we will also maintain our weekend. Yes.
Find your helpful hardware man at Dawson's Ace Hardware, 99 Park Circle, Route 522 South, Berkeley Springs, West Virginia.
Your in-store wingman helps get your weekend back at Ace.
Everyone needs a little me time. The professional staff at Personal Reflection Day Spa uses state-of-the-art equipment and advanced techniques designed to restore, rejuvenate, relax, and soothe the mind, body, and spirit. A 1-hour massage helps relieve stress, increase blood circulation, and promotes a balance of energy and vitality. In dermology, the LPG technique for cellulite smoothing and reduction creates a visible improvement in those hard-to-treat dimpled areas. Take your me time today. Personal Reflection Day Spa and Advanced Cellulite Center, where beauty starts from within. Join our Facebook page to receive daily specials.
The Potomac Eagles Scenic Railroad in Romney, West Virginia, along the south branch of the Potomac River. Enchants everyone.
This has made my day.
Luxury class and open window coach and open air cars to witness soaring eagles in their own backyard, the Trough. The Potomac Eagles Scenic Railroad has your excursion to adventure. See you at the station.
So you're looking to buy a new car, and you start to ask yourself the important questions. Who, what, where, why? You might be thinking, aren't all dealers the same? And that's where you'd be interested in knowing that Apple Valley Chevy Toyota has been your reputable hometown dealer for over 50 years. With great service, great selection, and great value, giving you the best car buying experience has always been our commitment to you. Plus, our certified automotive technicians get your vehicle serviced right the first time, every time. For all those reasons and more, see why Apple Valley Chevy Toyota is different from the rest.
Welcome back to the Invictus Sports halftime show here at Homecoming at Shepherd University, as Shepherd leads 10-6, and there are a bunch of highlights in this game that we're going to go through that were I thought it was going to be more of a high-scoring game, but in this game you'll see through the highlights.
Don't throw your money away.
Just because it's low scoring does not mean that it's a low scoring. That's a not exciting game.
Yeah, this has been an exciting game, a defensive game, some big plays, a couple here and there, and you saw there with Lowe just coming back, wide receiver, knowing what to do in that situation and give the ball up. And then Cooper, goes deep for the bomb. I mean, just a beautiful pass play from Cooper, standing tall in the pocket. And then that may have been the play of the day for this Bobcat team when Brian Vukala picks the ball off and goes to the end zone, and then you see, Shepherd gets the extra point attempt, and then just defense. And again, we talked about continuing to pick on Keon Robinson, and tell you what, they may want to let that alone. little bit or try something new because he is defending at a premium today.
A couple things you didn't see in those highlights were missed field goals, also missed almost chip shot field goal, we thought, by Casper Bernal, excuse me. He missed that one field goal, then he missed the extra point, which is why you see the score at only 6 for Wesleyan after that touchdown by Vukala. In the second half, though, what do you expect to see here in the second half from Wesleyan first?
Well, I think Wesleyan, they have to be happy about the defensive effort. I think the defense has played sound. They've tackled well for the most part. If there's one concern is that the running game at the end of the half that Shepherd was able to manufacture. So they have to keep doing what they're doing, stop the run. You can't allow Shepherd to get into those long, prolonged drives where they just run the ball down your throat, because you'll pay for that in the fourth quarter by getting more and more tired against that. So definitely want to shut the run down. On the offensive side of the ball, have to be able to sustain some drives and has to pick up the running game a little bit. You can't just sit back and continue to try to throw on Shepherd without having some kind of balance on a play. So you have to get some balance by running the ball. They've shown a little bit of success from time to time with their ability to run the ball, but not consistent enough to have it be meaningful in the game right now. So got to run the ball.
Shepherd does lead the game 10-6. They've been playing very good defense. What do you expect from them?
Well, same thing with Shepherd. Defense has been very good right now. Continue to tackle well. Continue to play assignment football from the defense, and I think if they can continue to do that, they'll be happy there. Offensively, do what they do, which is mix it up. They can pound the ball at you. They can air it out at you. You have to keep this Bobcat defense off guard, because you do not want them to just tee off and blitz and blitz and blitz you, which we saw them get home on one of the blitzes against Cooper earlier in the first quarter. So they have to they want to keep some balance but be able to do what they do, and eventually Shepherd's able to wear teams down and begin to score points.
Homecoming festivities in full throat here at Rams Stadium. Rams lead 10-6. We'll be right back with the second half.
Mother Nature can be a tad unpredictable. That kind of disposition doesn't sit well with a train. Its forecast is as rock solid as solid rock. Nothing but perfect temps house-wide.
McCray Heating and Air Conditioning has been serving your community for 75 years, and we're celebrating with amazing rebates and a 10-year parts and labor warranty free. Now that's peace of mind. These deals are available for a limited time only, so call today. Comfort you can believe in, no matter the season. That's the McCray way.
It's hard to stop a train.
The Potomac Eagles Scenic Railroad in Romney, West Virginia, along the south branch of the Potomac River. Enchants everyone.
This has made my day.
Luxury class and open window coach and open air cars to witness soaring eagles in their own backyard, the Trough. The Potomac Eagles Scenic Railroad has your excursion to adventure. See you at the station.
In these days of identity theft and fraud, along with tougher enforcement of HIPAA and FACTA, it's more important than ever to protect your client's personal information. Outsourcing your document and media destruction allows your employees to be more productive in their core responsibilities, saving on labor and ensuring stricter compliance with privacy laws. RMS can handle all your shredding needs. RMS not only provides on-site document shredding, but can also handle the destruction of hard drives and other electronic media on-site with no chance of recovery of any data from those disks. In addition, 100% of shredding paper and electronics is recycled. Call us today. See what RMS can do for you.
Get a load of this. Somebody finally made changing implements easy. Want to take the loader off? Boom. Need to connect a mower deck? Oh, look, you just did. Aren't we lucky somebody built this during our lifetime? The 1 Series subcompact tractor with dozens of attachments, only from John Deere.
Stop by our dealership for special offers taking place for a limited time. Get great deals and service on legendary John Deere equipment.
When you're thinking about buying a diamond, how do you know whether or not you're getting the best, most beautiful diamond for your money? Bechtel Jewelers travels overseas to the world's diamond cutting center in Antwerp, Belgium.
Hi, I'm Dave from Bechtel Jewelers. Buying diamonds directly from the cutter gives me the ability to handpick from some of the world's best diamond inventories.
You can be confident that you're getting the very best diamond for your money at Bechtel Jewelers in Inwood.
Dealerships that lead the market bring their new car trades to Mason-Dixon Auto Auction in Greencastle, Pennsylvania. When these top dealers are overstocked with new car trades, they sacrifice them at Mason-Dixon Public Auto Auction, where you can come, bid, and buy at tremendous savings every Tuesday at 5:30 p.m. The 2006 Hummer, selling for over $6,300 below book value, or the sleek 2005 Pontiac Sunfire, sold at a savings of $4,380. Mason-Dixon Auto Auction, exit 3 off I-81 in Greencastle, Pennsylvania.
Know why Ford buyers all over America are so jealous of Ford buyers in West Virginia? America's Ford legend, Parsons Ford, legendary Parsons Ford, the lowest Ford sale prices in America, guaranteed or more than your money back.
It's our weekend. Should we spend it wandering in some home improvement warehouse? No! I say we go to Ace. Yeah! Get help when we walk in the door. Yeah! Because we will maintain our homes, but we will also maintain our weekend! Yeah!
Find your helpful hardware man at Dawson's Ace Hardware, 99 Park Circle, Route 522 South, Berkeley Springs, West Virginia.
Your in-store wingman helps get your weekend back at Ace.
Call it sexy. Call it luxurious. Call it a game changer. Call it a sports coupe reincarnated into a fuel-efficient crossover. Call it what you will. Just don't call it expected. The 2013 Kia Sorento. Class-leading fuel efficiency meets class-leading horsepower.
Parsons Kia, Winchester, Virginia.
Nestled in the beautiful hills of Berkeley Springs, West Virginia, Berkeley Springs Rehabilitation and Nursing and Automakers Personal Care Center provide rehabilitation, respite, long-term care, and Alzheimer's dementia care. The professionally trained staff and nurses focus on the individual needs of each resident, allowing their stay as home-like as possible. Our activity calendar is packed with group and individualized festivities throughout the day. You can rest assured knowing your loved one's care will meet your highest expectation in both of these licensed facilities. Call or visit us online today.
Is in. Robin Davis is the only choice for Supreme Court who's endorsed by labor and by business. Here's what they say. Robin Davis is fair and thoughtful. Her decisions are well researched and in accord with the rule of law. Robin Davis is the only candidate who's been endorsed by every West Virginia law enforcement association. People all over West Virginia know that Robin Davis is a strong advocate and a leader time and time again. Vote for Robin Davis. She's West Virginia's choice for Supreme Court.
For over 10 years, Mako of Hagerstown's been helping you stretch your dollar further. With paint services starting at only $329, they can add years to those vehicles that have lost their shine. Mako of Hagerstown is also your source for complete collision repair, including frame straightening that returns your vehicle to its pre-accident condition. Insurance claims are always welcome, and Mako can work off of your insurance estimate, or they can write their own. Stop by and see Kyle, Mark, and the entire staff for a free estimate at Mako of Hagerstown, conveniently located off Eastern Boulevard.
In these days of identity theft and fraud, along with tougher enforcement of HIPAA and FACTA, it's more important than ever to protect your client's personal information. Outsourcing your document and media destruction allows your employees to be more productive in their core responsibilities, saving on labor and ensuring stricter compliance with privacy laws. RMS can handle all your shredding needs. RMS not only provides on-site document shredding, but can also handle the destruction of hard drives and other electronic media on-site with no chance of recovery of any data from those disks. In addition, 100% of shredding paper and electronics is recycled. Call us today. See what RMS can do for you.
Where can you buy new Fords for often thousands less than many others will pay for the same Ford? During Parsons' famous 47th Annual October Savings Fest at Parsons Ford and ParsonsFord.com, America's full disclosure dealer. We make saving money fun and easy.